Alright, here we have the hot water canning method, and the items that I used, I had a large pot to boil the jars to sanitize them in. I've got various utensils down there to get the jars out of the hot water, to stir the jam, and to put the lids on the hot jars. We got a hot water canning pot back there with a lid and a metal rack so that you can get the jars out. I've got pectin, lemon juice, the raspberries in jars, and this is pretty much everything that you need to be able to do your own preserves. Now you're going to check the jars out, make sure there's no cracks or chips or anything that's going to stop the process. Check out your lids and the bands, make sure there's no rust or anything on them. Then you're going to clean your jars. Also clean your rings and lids so that they seal up. Next, you're going to take your fruit, which for me was raspberries, and you're going to clean them and get them all prepared to be made. And we mashed them up, and depending on if you like chunks in your preserves, you don't have to mash them up as much. And measure out your sugar. And make sure that you boil your jars for at least 10 minutes. And add in your fruit, or whatever you're using for your preserves. Add in your lemon juice if you need to, depending on the acidity of the fruit. Once it's warmed up, you can go ahead and add pectin if you need to thicken it up once it's cooled. Certain fruits develop their own pectin in high amounts, so you don't actually have to add this. Then once you have it to a full rolling boil, you can start adding the sugar. I added it slowly while stirring it in. And then once you're ready, you can start taking your jars out. Make sure your jars are hot so that they don't crack when you add in the hot jam. Make sure you use your grabbers to pour out the water. You should also have your bands and lids warmed up as well. We put the jam into a measuring bucket so that we could put it into the jars. We do not have a funnel, so this is the method that we used, which seemed to work out really well. Now you want to fill up the jar to about a fourth from the top. And get all your jars filled up. Now you want to clean the rims, make sure there's no fruit or anything on them, and then you're going to put the lids on and seal it with the band. Then you're going to take them and drop them into the hot water canner and let them boil for 5 to 10 minutes. You also want to stick on the lid and make sure that you keep an eye on your timer, because if they stay in too long, they'll get black and runny and they won't taste as good. Once they're done boiling, you just go ahead and take them out. Make sure you set them on a towel. And I like to let them sit overnight. And that is how you hot water can. Very simple, easy to do for beginners. I'm a beginner to this myself, and I was able to do it, so I know anybody can do it. And they taste excellent. Once you get all done and they're set, you can go ahead and put some on ice cream. I actually had some strawberry jam on this ice cream, and it was real, real good. Check us out at our website at bestsurvivalmanual.com and on Facebook.